If you are listening and under the sound of my voice, I want to send a special shout out to you. Thank you for your support in getting down with all things Tiffany J via the podcast. Now, some special events. Here we go. March 18th through the 20th, myself and the 646 team, we're going to be in Austin, Texas for the South by Southwest 2022 edition. Make sure that you catch us on the stage. Whoa! July 14th through the 17th, I'll be in Jacksonville, Florida with the team again for the Fleet DJ Conference. Ooh, I can't wait. And now, for dance, I'm going to be your co-host for the virtual experience of the Titans of the Dance Floor competition, and I'm going to be your competitor August 18th to the 22nd. And we're going to close out the year with another ISDC, that's International Swing Dance Championship. Remember all things Tiffany J at MissTiffanyJ.com.
If I wanted to, I can't get enough. All I want is you. You're not respecting me. Kill the mood.
Confident, vibrant, and quirky with an edge. This is 10 Minutes with Tiffany J. 10 Minutes with Tiffany J features the inside scoop as she juggles the world around her, a 9 to 5, along with a handful of gifts and talents that will blow your mind. All things Tiffany J on her website at MissTiffanyJ.com. Now, let's get into the show. What's up, guys? So let me tell you, I recently watched maybe not but it was a documentary that somebody put together with Johnny Depp as the focus. And so a brief synopsis, he was basically into acting, as young as about like 5 years old with his father, obviously Robert Downey Jr.
Hey, Jen, there are no t-shirts left up there.
Sorry, I'm at work, guys. I apologize. And his dad introduced him to drugs at the young age of 5, smoking, and, he's been behind bars and under the influence of, heroin, crack cocaine, alcohol, etc. And so, I know he had about 3 jobs when he moved to, I think it was either New York or Los Angeles. I know when his parents split, one was in LA and one was basically like in New York. And he had lived with both of them for a period of time when they were separated. I know he has a sister, I believe, yes. And he did many, many, projects, film projects, TV series, etc. And before he is the person that we know him as of today, Sherlock Holmes, Iron Man, those big ticket box office projects or items. He did a lot of stuff in it. They may be classics now, but at the time they were considered like box office failures, right? Some were good commercial successes, while others were, they struggled a bit. And then also with his drug issue, I know with his first wife, they eventually became estranged and then, later divorced right before he right before he married his wife that he's currently with, right? I know he currently has 3 kids. His first child almost followed into his footsteps of his addictions and things like that. He's been to rehab numerous times. He's been to prison, and in and out of prison, he's also been subjugated to like the gang violence there and beaten because of his celebrity status. And also what I noticed is some of the films he was a part of, like he would shoot them and then maybe get caught for something, being at a party, and then go into jail. And the film would release either while he was in jail or when he came out. So sometimes I guess his star power wasn't tainted, and people probably didn't know, right? And interesting enough, when he came out, the one thing that this podcast is going to be about is like maintaining your star power, maintaining your star quality, and maintaining who you know that you are and what you were born to do and what you came on this earth to do. What am I trying to say? There was something I wanted to say about him. Oh yeah, that's what it was. he also sometimes, in order to be on certain films, there was an insurance policy, like he had to be insured. So it was like a $30,000 insurance policy, so that he could be on set. And so either I guess he had to pay, or his company, or like I know one time Mel Gibson paid it so that he could work. And so we're saying all of this to say, because when he came out, I think it was right before Iron Man. It was Gothica. That's what it was. Because I remember that's when I got on the Robert Downey train, when it was him and Halle Berry. And I might have heard of him before that. But yeah, I got on the train with Gothica, and that was a success. Weird, quirky, but it was a success. And then after that, I think there was maybe one other movie. And then they talked about Iron Man. And then I know he's, like I said, done Sherlock Holmes, et cetera, et cetera. But again, with Iron Man, he had like his Teen Choice Awards, Golden Globes. And after that, especially when his girlfriend at the time, I forgot her name, but she told him in order to date her, he had to be like sober for however many days, and then basically after that. So it's interesting. A woman will get you right, and if you want her, you'll do what's necessary to make sure you had her. But I loved it because she stood by her boundaries, and she was like, yeah, you cute, I like you or whatever, but I don't tolerate, that other stuff. That's right. And he also dated Sarah Jessica Parker. That was like, those two were like their first loves and whatever. They lived together, stuff like that. Yeah. So, sorry for the noise. So, they got married, definitely sobered up. His son briefly, followed behind his footsteps as far as in the negative path, but he also cleaned up as well and did his music band thing. And so there was one interview with this Indian guy. I don't know his name, but I've seen him before. He was doing promotion. Well, there's two interviews. Don't let me forget about Japan. So there's two interviews. There's one he was doing with this guy. And at the very end of the interview, he was like stalling, like, I want to ask some questions. Not really sure. And he's like, okay, well, we got 2-3 minutes left. Like, what are you trying to ask? Like, what? Sorry if that was loud for your ears. And then he was like, well, I want to know about like some of your past. How do you think that's affected, where you are now? And then Robert was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? There's kids watching this. Like, come on, we're not doing this. We're going to leave. And then you could hear his staff in the back like, yeah, we're leaving. And so regardless, I just was so fascinated by his story because I was like, don't you realize this man has you've been in prison, you've been addicted to stuff since you were like 5 years old, before you could even reason, having depression. And then mind you, he was trying to spend time with his dad, so he would do drugs with his dad just to spend time with him. Like, what? Just some of the messed up stuff that we go through just to receive love. And so that interview happened, and I was just so inspired because he stuck to, like, we're here to talk about the promotion, not my past. That's not what this is about. And you're not going to, like, try to martyr me here on the show when I'm here for the kids, especially with Iron Man and the image that it has. And then the other that's not funny, but this other thing that was funny, he was trying to do promotion in Japan, and because of his past and his passport, it was flagged, and they had to interrogate him. So, yes, your past does follow you. It stays with you, but... And he also got pardoned, I think I think it was California. He got pardoned. All of his stuff in the past was pardoned or whatever, because he was an outstanding citizen. You can always come back, like, as long as you keep living, because you would think, oh, he went to prison, it would be over, right? Dude's been beat up, it would be over. And a lot of times people are like, oh, you've been doing this for so long, and you haven't gotten here or there, why don't you stop? What in the world? Why would somebody stop? That makes no sense, whatever. So I'm going to tell you, oh, you're not doing anything with your life, working here or working there, so maybe you should stop. And then do what? Huh? No, stop it. So I just was very inspired, and I wanted to share, like, as many movies that he's been in that hasn't, broken not the record, but they didn't make their money back, he still kept becoming a part of movies, or TV series. And that's what you do. That's what you do in life. You fail and then you do it again and you keep going. Why stop living and doing your passion just because you fell down or got one? No, it doesn't work like that, people. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to do life like this, you got to have tough skin and you got to get back out there. Okay? So keep that in mind. I'm highly inspired. I never knew that his life was like that. Never knew. And all the more just thankful that whoever shared that story. It's just amazing. And so I look at my life now and I say, you know what, I may have been, or I may be 20 years in the making with what I'm currently doing today. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going because then, one, I've already been trained. I've already been groomed to do everything that I'm currently doing. I'm basically polished. I'm ready. And it just takes the marketing tool, the machine, to get me to the next point. So that's my little brief inspiration about Robert Downey Jr. Y'all know Avengers is like the shit. So yeah, we all love it, and I'm just thankful because if it weren't for people like him to keep pursuing and progressing, we may not have an Iron Man, we may not have an Avengers, and not to say that that's all that there is, but just think about that with people's perseverance and where they are, how that it shapes our culture. Okay, so just think about it. That was another edition of 10 Minutes with Tiffany J. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. Now you can get more episodes on my website at www.misstiffanyj.com. But don't stop there. Hop on over to the music tab and check out your favorite Tiffany J record, starting with my latest singles, Work For It and Callin' Me, which is on all digital platforms. Also with a bomb video showcase on YouTube featuring the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, y'all, this is for the few people that I rock with, and if you want to connect with any of them for their expertise and their craft, hit me up so that I can link you. First, I want to shout out my indie label 646 Entertainment Group. It's a one-stop shop for the ultimate music experience, artist development, engineering, road management, business awareness on how to properly release your songs, get royalties, and more. Next, I want to shout out No Gossip, Just Talk with Tanisha and Mitra, who inspired me to step outside of my comfort zone and start this podcast. I pop up every now and then with a topic, and we have a blast with Girl Talk 101. Special attention needs to be drawn to my boy, Sarian, for answering my prayers and becoming a part of my journey musically and beyond. More to come as life unfolds. I'll save some for later. Now, my jewel, no pun intended, is my accountability partner, who has like the exact same mind as me. When we link, things happen in the atmosphere. I am so glad we crossed paths. Angel, my love, you are an inspiration. Dance fitness is a lifestyle, and you do it with such ease. If anyone wants to be fit, curvy, wavy, let me know. We can get our dance craze on with Angel. She's also one of the guests of No Gossip, Just Talk, so make sure you check her out there. Last but not least for now, the Purple Charlotte Steppers Club, which embodies an entire dance community of some of the best people I've met on the planet. You'll see me live there Thursday at 6:30 on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram with the Purple Thursday Experience. Now, if you listening to this need ad space and want to join the platform, DM me and we'll discuss membership so that we can get your business out there. Reserve your spot is next with Purple Charlotte Steppers Club. You all take care.
What's up, Dance World? This your boy Herschel KG. This beautiful lady is.
I'm Tiffany J.
If you missed out last week, you do not want to miss out this week because last week was lit.
Amazing. So So if you want to be in the building, make sure you go to
purplecharlotte.com.
Reserve your spot.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you can't make it, it's all right, because you can go to Purple Charlotte Steppers Club on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And do what?
Join us live.
6:30 on Thursdays. We'll see you there, okay? We your hosts, Tiffany J.
Herschel KG.
Uh.
Deuces.
We'll see you there.